We're here with Jennisen Lucas, AASL President. Jennisen, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now you're a district supervisor, a school librarian, you're from Cody, Wyoming. And I'd like to know, and some of our viewers would probably like to know, what does attending an event like AASL National Conference do for you as a school librarian, and in turn your learning community?
This is a huge opportunity for me as a school librarian because I am the only certified librarian in my district. So this is my chance to actually meet with my colleagues and know what other kind of things are going on in the world to help me grow professionally, and then I take that back and teach it to my other teachers, the paras that work for me in the libraries, and kind of bring the whole community up to speed on what's happening in libraries, the awesomeness of what's happening in libraries particularly. Absolutely.
Now, as AASL President, what do you see, what's the strength of the National Association in advancing the role of the school librarian in K-12 education?
I think it's the people that are really the strength of AASL, and it's the more I've gotten involved with it, the more I've had people at my back that I can call on and that I can get help with when I come across things I don't know. So it's an organization of people. It's a member-led organization, so we're all people that sit together and can talk about things. And it's also nice to have an organization that kind of backs us when we come up against controversy or people who are questioning what it is that we do in libraries, since there definitely is a little bit of an idea that all librarians do is check out books. And in schools with budget cuts and things like that, if that's the mindset of administrators, then why do we need a school librarian? Why can't we have a parent volunteer come in and help with that? So being able to say, well, this is what AASL says, this is the consensus about a profession, gives us a little bit of credibility when we're trying to explain what it is that we need in order to make our roles more effective.
Now, your presidential advocacy focus this year is on telling your story.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about that, and specifically, how can school librarians use storytelling as an advocacy tool?
Okay, yeah, this is something I'm incredibly passionate about, which is why I've picked it, obviously. And we tend to look at advocacy as a lot of making sure people know the data. So how many books do we check out? How many classes come to visit? And those are all good information points and good data points, but the real meat of what happens in a library comes with the story that relates directly to the kids. So it's one thing to go out and make sure that our school board and our stakeholders and everybody know that look how many kids we're serving, look how many classes are coming in, these are the lessons that we're doing. And it's entirely different to tell the story of the one kid who found sanctuary in the library and used it as a space to work through some personal issues that may have involved painting a mural or, writing their own story or something like that that brings them through a tough part of their life. And those stories have powerful questions behind them and powerful emotions. And those emotions in a good story will bring you back for more. And so we kind of want to move a little bit beyond the typical elevator speech of this is what librarians do that is really good for our kids, to let me tell you what happened in the library this week. There was this one kid who came in and was so excited that he finally finished reading a book that he was waving it above his head, telling everybody about it. That's going to bring my school board member back to say, what happened in the library this week? And we want that conversation. We want to move it to, we can't wait to find out what you're doing next, instead of just, hey, stop for a minute and hear my data. It's not as engaging, and so it's important to bring that emotion, and that's part of the joy of being a school librarian too, is to be able to share those stories. So when we share our stories and we share our passion, it's a lot more powerful.
Absolutely. Jennisen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.